Hello, this is the Sahara Sun. Welcome to the Shendo. I was getting ready to sit down to write the next newsletter for the season of late summer, and I felt compelled to make a video instead. There's a lot of new things swirling around, and one of them is possibly starting to make videos of the things that stream in through me and messages that I get in nature and through this work that we get to do together. And so I thought I'd try a newsletter video today instead of writing one. Um, we are starting to shift into the season of late summer, which is the season of the earth element. And you'll start to notice that everything in nature is beginning to slow down to a very gentle pace instead of things blossoming and everything opening up and budding and the bees floating around and everybody's active. There's all of a sudden this very gentle stillness that takes over the land, and that is the element of earth. It is the part of the natural cycle of all of creation, of all of life. And what earth symbolizes is several things. One is the ability to harvest fruits. Right now, all of the fruits and berries are coming ripe. We're starting to be able to harvest all of the vegetables and fruits from our garden. And so it's about reflecting on what nourishes you and what gives you the opportunity to be able to take in from your environment and be fed, be satiated emotionally, physically, and mentally. So this isn't just about food, that is an outward manifestation of what is occurring energetically on all levels. And I've been talking a lot lately with patients about the vibration of cells. And I thought today I would talk a little bit more about that. Um, our bodies are these beautiful, magnificent, miraculous machines that operate on energy and vibrate at different frequencies, just like the strings of an instrument, just like electricity going through um, the wires to get to our homes, just like the opportunity for sound waves and cell phone waves to go across, the world via satellite or even just, down the street. And just like how dogs can hear the certain frequencies of a dog whistle, our frequencies are not necessarily audible to the physical ear, but they are perceived and felt by our own energy bodies. And so, as an example, if you're walking into a party and all of a sudden you are just drawn to this person and you're not really sure why, but you just feel compelled to talk to them and want to know them more. This is an example of that energetic frequency operating at a similar resonance of harmony, so that when you are drawn to a person, people can say it's chemistry, it's pheromones, it's their color of their eyes, it's all these different things, but really what it is all a summation of all of that stuff coming into the physical, meaning, oh, I really love their eye color. Well, their eye color is vibrating at a frequency that either is going to harmonize and match yours, so then all of a sudden your wavelengths are in sync. But if you meet someone where you're like, I don't know, they don't jive with me. I'm not sure if that's really the type of person I'd want to hang out with. It's because their cellular vibration is operating differently than yours. And as we evolve in consciousness, which is what I talk about a lot, I feel that many people are waking up and getting the same message all over the world, that we as people of humanity are beginning to awaken to a different level of consciousness. And I really do see us evolving down maybe hundreds, thousands of years down the line where we are telepathic beings, we do not need to talk anymore. And we see aliens or stories of aliens where they don't have to talk. They just need to use their inner sight and their inner voice to be able to convey messages. And that is where I feel that we are evolving to. But right now, in the present moment where we're at, is starting to understand more intimately the nature of our energy and how it is influenced by everything, and everything is interconnected. And one of the ways is to start to observe when you resonate with somebody, or resonate with something, or resonate with a particular environment, and when you don't, and see what the differences are. A lot of times we get into relationships and we wonder, why do we repeat these things? Why is it that I'm always falling in love with this person who is so needy, or this person who is abusive, or there's always this similar pattern that tends to emerge in relationships, especially. And that has to do with the vibration of your cells. If you are if you are carrying an emotional energy from your childhood, as an example of somebody who always had to make their mother feel good about who they were. Their mother, say for example, a person's mother was very self-involved, was a very beautiful woman, but was insecure and struggled with that feeling of needing validation of who she is and of her beauty. Your cells as a child began to operate and vibrate a certain frequency or program in the cells that were saying, I have to draw and attract somebody that I need to validate all the time, because that's what your definition of love was. You learned what love meant by being validated, or by validating that person, I mean by validating your mother. And so say you're constantly falling in love with these women who are so needy, very high maintenance, always needing validation and reassurance of who they are, and you just keep saying, I just wish I could figure out a way to get past this repetitive pattern. I would invite you to start to look at the programming that you received as a child. And this is something we most certainly can talk about as we continue to go on these videos. But that programming really is the thing that dictates who we are as human beings. It's something that we talk a lot about in our sessions to help you understand um, what is downloaded into your cells that is causing you to operate a certain way. And then what happens is as we evolve, our vibration starts to change. Instead of operating at, I have to be with somebody who needs validation all the time, that realization and working through that emotional energy that's stored in your cells and reprogramming them from conscious intention, actively making different choices, meditating on these things, starting to realize how it's showing up, and making different choices that will lead you into a more empowered state of being will change that vibrational frequency. And so then all of a sudden you'll go through this period of realizing, oh my God, all these people in my life are not in my life anymore. I'm not friends with these people. I don't hang out with this person anymore. My girlfriend's leaving me. My boyfriend's no longer getting along with me. And our conscious ego mind wants to say, oh, this is why, and try to figure out and justify why these things are occurring in this material reality. But what's happening in the undercurrent, on the soul level, on the energetic level, on the spiritual reality, is that your vibrational frequency is changing, and it's beginning to shift to harmonize with other beings that may be actually more self-reliant, that may not need that validation, that are empowered people. And if you ride the wave of that transition and understand, this is where I am at, this is how I'm setting intention for my life, and let go of the people that no longer resonate for you, there will be a new emergence of people and animals and houses and trips and jobs and everything else that vibrationally matches what you're putting out, will draw that to you. So I wanted to share that this time of year because the season of Earth the energy is calming down into a very slow, stable, steady state. And it will give you the opportunity to really feel what you're holding in yourselves. Is it anxiety, sadness, grief, too much joy, even? Sometimes too much joy is um, a lot of undercurrent emotions that have been buried under everything's great. I'm happy. I'm going to be great no matter what. I'm not going to look at anything else. I'm going to be exactly how I think I need to be. And there's this whole slew of stuff behind you that you haven't dealt with yet. So even too much joy can be something to learn from. So I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for listening. I would love your feedback to hear whether or not this resonated for you, if you would like more of these videos, if you have any burning questions that you would love for me to address. I would love to hear back. You can email saharasun@outlook.com or sahara@shensanctuary.com. How about that one? That one's probably a better one. So sahara@shensanctuary.com, and just say video feedback or questions, whatever it is that you might have, and hopefully maybe we can start a whole series of these that are coming out more and more to talk about how energy and the changing of our planet is affecting us all. Thank you so much. May you enjoy all the beautiful bounty of harvest that is occurring this lovely late summer season. I send you much divine love, and thank you so much for listening, and be well. Aloha.